ready, huh? So what are different facts or myths or misunderstanding behind this irregular or alternate bearing problem? So there are two different phases. That is, one will be on year, so in which you will get the very huge as well as proper flowering as well as fruiting, and other will be, there will be off year, means you will get very less flowering or less fruiting, or sometimes there will be no flowering as well as no fruiting. So that year can be called as off year. वो तो off year हो जाएगा. इसको दूसरी भाषा में एक तो नॉर्मल ईयर बोल सकते हैं, दूसरा एक सब नॉर्मल बोल सकते हैं जिसको ऑफ हम बोलेंगे, ऑफ ईयर, या नो क्रॉप भी बोल सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, सो योर दिस फेजेस आर इन वे, तो सो ये कैसे अल्टरनेट आ जाता है. ओके, सो or anytime you cannot get this 100% off year or 100% on year. So this is also, so in off year also you may get some less or little yield also. That is also one possibility. So so in any year, any given year, the on or off year may be confined to the individual trees. So in single orchard also it is confined to individual trees. So it is not necessary that all 100 trees in the same orchard will show the same pattern. So it depends upon that particular tree physiology. So what is the hormonal levels, carbon नाइट्रोजन रेशियो, स्टोर्ड कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, फोटोसिंथेटिक्स. सो इस पर वो डिपेंड है, और उसका पहले वाला हिस्ट्री क्या है, लास्ट ईयर में उसने फ्लावरिंग दिया कि नहीं, इससे ऊपर वो डिपेंड है. तो एक प्लांट हर एक प्लांट के हिसाब से वो अलग हो सकता है. तो इसका भी आप एक बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं फार्मर. मतलब एक अगर 100 ट्री का मैंगो ऑर्चिड है तो उसमें 50 प्लांट इस ईयर उन्होंने फ्लावरिंग दिया, अगले दूसरे 50 प्लांट ने फ्लावरिंग नहीं दिया, पर नेक्स्ट ईयर में क्या हो सकता है, दूसरे 50 फ्लावर्स, दूसरे 50 प्लांट्स फ्लावरिंग दे सकते हैं, ये पहले वाले 50 को नहीं देंगे. तो ऐसे भी फार्मर्स को मेंटेन कर सकता है इसको. पर वो भी फार्मर क्या कर सकता है, वो बाकी वाले 50 प्लांट को थोड़ा सा रेगुलेट करने की कोशिश कर सकता है. तो पहले तो उसको फार्मर को आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा, आपका ये इस ईयर में कितने सारे ट्रीज ने फ्लावरिंग दिया है, फ्रूटिंग दिया है. ठीक है, इसके हिसाब से वो शेड्यूल बना सकता है. अगर कोई ग्रोथ हार्मोन केमिकल देना हो तो मान लो इस ईयर फ्लावरिंग दिया है तो अगला ईयर ऑफ ईयर रहेगा, तो उसके लिए आपको मानसून सीजन में आपको वो ग्रोथ हार्मोन देना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, तो इसके हिसाब से आपको प्लानिंग करना पड़ेगा. तो फर्दर सेट ऑफ टू आइडेंटिकल एडजॉइनिंग ट्रीज में बिहेव वेरिएबली ड्यूरिंग द फ्लावरिंग सीजन ऑफ गिवन ईयर. ओके ओके, ये भी मैग्नीट्यूड के हिसाब से चेंज होता है. और दिस ये क्या है, बाइनियल बेयरिंग इन मैंगो. सो ये क्या है, कौन सा मेजर कॉजेस क्या है, ये तो आपको, ये तो रेमेडीज कुछ बता दिए, उसका मेजर कॉजेस क्या है. सो इसका कुछ जेनेटिकल है या इनहेरेंट प्लांट वैरायटीज, ये भी एक रीजन है, पहला मेजर रीजन है. दूसरा क्लाइमेटोलॉजिकल रीजन है, ये फैक्टर है, जैसे कि रेन है. मान लो ऑन ईयर में बहुत सारा रेन हो गया, एक्सेसिव ह्यूमिडिटी रह गई, लो टेम्परेचर हो गया, जिसकी वजह से पेस्ट एंड डिसीज इन्फेक्शन आ गया. अगर मान लो एक्सेसिव रेनिंग हो गया तो आपका फ्लावरिंग मतलब जो कुछ है वो ज़्यादा, एक्सेसिव रेन या एक्सेसिव विंड ऐसा भी हो सकता है, उससे फ्लावर आपका गिर गया तो भी आपको उस ईयर आपको कम यील्ड मिलेगा, कम फ्लावरिंग फ्रूट सेट मिलेगा. दूसरा क्या, एज एंड साइज ऑफ शूट्स. So shoots of 8 to 10 month maturity will be productive. So 3 to 4 month. So here also they have given more than 4 months, that is 8 to 10 months will be very effective, like that they are telling. So those are very effective for कि जिस पर आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो फ्लावर शूट्स, उसको क्या फ्लोरल शूट्स बोलते हैं, तो उस पर आपको फ्लावरिंग मिल सकता है. तो ये आपके शूट्स का एज क्या है, उसका साइज क्या है, इस पर भी वो डिपेंड है. ठीक है। तो दूसरा कार्बन एंड नाइट्रोजन रेशियो, दैट इज हाई कार्बन as well as moderate nitrogen, that is around almost 3:2. It will encourage your flowering, okay, as well as hormonal balance. So that is proper levels of axins inhibitors like abscisic acids and strep substrate, and lower levels of gibberellins like it will found vital role in your flowering. तो ये हो गया आपका रीजन हो गया। तो दूसरे भी सेवरल स्टडी किए गए, उसमें बाइनियल बेयरिंग इट इज वेरी स्टिल अनसॉल्व्ड प्रॉब्लम, ओके। सो because it is very complex problem, not only single problem, you cannot tell it is because of only hormones. It can be because of nutrient, it can be because of moisture, it can be because of climatic factor, unfavorable things, okay. It can be deficiency of moisture, CN ratio. So it is or sometimes it is some genetical problem also. That is some variety, those are inherent characters like Alfonso or the Sherry or ye Chosa hai. So it is genetical problem, okay. So presently some suggested measures to overcome biennial pairing, okay, proper uptake as well as maintenance of orchard, proper upkeep, that is you need to maintain interculture operation, you need to give proper interculture, regular irrigation, regular fertilization, okay, removal of excess dead disease branches, pruning techniques. So whatever this, you need to give proper maintenance for your orchards, mango tree. So deblossoming in the 1 year. So deblossoming matlab when there is excess flowering, so you can remove some excess flowers also, that is it is known as deblossoming with the help of NaA. So it can also reduce your flowering as well as fruiting. So it can balance your fruiting in the next year, and it can give the it can give you very good crop in next year. So smudging and chemical regulation like application of paclobutrazole, that is a smudging also it is one technique. So what smudging will do, it will means in smudging what you are doing is you are taking some organic components like FIM or some dried leaves or any organic matters and components that you are burning, and making some smoke or some fumes or smudge at the one corner of your orchard, and that smoke will create the ethylene gas. So it will be taken by the shoots, and so it will act like ethyl hormone, and it will also which will help your flowering, okay. So a smudging technique ho gaya, chemical regulation with the paclobutrazole, spraying of cane with potassium nitrate, calcium nitrate. So pruning the fruited shoots and opening the tree canopy. So growing regular bearing varieties, like आप regular bearing variety grow कर सकते हो, जैसे कि बेंगलोरा है, नीलम है, रुमानी है, okay, and almost all hybrids which are released from IRI as well as even IHR Bangalore, Dr. BSK Kivitapalli, CISH Lucknow. So which are hybrids? Most of the hybrids scientists have developed with regular bearing nature, so that can be used. So next is mango malformation. So mango malformation, it is very, you can tell it is one physiological disorder or it is complexity. So physiological disorders are not because of any particular pest or particular disease. It is somehow one complex problem. So that may be because of so many reasons. So that is known as physiological disorder or these special problems in any fruit crop. So in mango, it is mango malformation. Malformation means improper growth. So there is improper growth for vegetative shoots as well as for floral parts, or it is creating some compact mass or sterile flowers. Okay. So two type of एक तो vegetative है, दूसरा floral malformation है. So floral vegetative malformation, it will resemblance bunchy top like structure, so which may dry as well as die in a due course. So floral malformation, it will result in enlargement of flowers with new flowers being produced even after the fruit set, but with less number of hermaphrodite flowers. So इसमें क्या होता है, floral malformation क्या है, तो flowers का size आपका बढ़ जाएगा. So अगर थोड़े फ्लावर ने आपको फ्रूट सेट किया है, उसके बाद में भी कुछ फ्लावर आपको डेवलप होंगे और उसी पैनिकल पर, अगर फ्रूट है तो उसी पर पैनिकल फ्लावर्स भी आपको दिख सकते हैं, पर उसमें हर्माफ्रोडाइट फ्लावर्स का परसेंटेज घट जाता है, तो इसको मालफॉर्मेशन बोलते हैं. So malformed panicles it may be loose or compact. So malformation is a serious problem in North India as compared to South India. It may result in loss about 50 to 60% of total crop. So Krishnabhog, Collector, Langra Nilam, so these are somewhat tolerant varieties. Okay. So there are so many reasons like some viral problem, or because it is complex problem, fungal problems, mites are there, nutrients, some deficiency, CN ratio, imbalance of CN ratio, carbohydrates less stored, food material, nucleic acid, amino acid, proteins, phenolic compound, excess of phenolic compound, enzymatic activity in the plant, photohormones. So these are the reasons for malformation. Okay. These are creating some malforming like substances. So are supposed to be probable causes. So these are the causes for this malformation. So malformation का आप control कैसे करेंगे? So application of growth regulator or some phenolic compounds like naphthalene acetic acid, ethyl or gibberellic acid or paclobutrazol. So is use कर सकते हैं. Deep loss में. So excess flowers को remove करना with the help of ethyl. Use of antagonistic और anti-malformins, जैसे कि थोड़ा केमिकल न्यूट्रिएंट सब्सटेंस हो गया, एस्कॉर्बिक एसिड, सिल्वर नाइट्रेट, ग्लूटा. तो इसको करेक्ट टाइम पर आपको स्प्रे देना है, जैसे प्रॉपर एट द टाइम ऑफ न्यू ग्रोथ ऑफ न्यू फ्लैश और इमर्जेंस ऑफ न्यू वेजिटेटिव फ्लैशेस. तो दूसरा क्या है? Application of nutrients like NPK. It can be mixed with ferrous sulfate or cobalt sulfate. So pruning of malformed shoots को आप prune कर सकते हो. Application of pesticide. So if it is malformation because of some pest, it can go away. Okay, so that is parathion, calathrin or carathin. Okay, then covering the panicles with the polythene bags to increase the temperature around the panicles. Okay. So in temperature increase means it will give you a proper hermaphrodite flowers. Number of hermaphrodite flowers will increase. So if the temperature is low, because this malformation problem is more in North India as compared to South India. So this problem creates when there is very low temperature or less temperature. So in correct temperature range, this problem cannot. Temperature goes below 10 degrees centigrade, 5 degrees centigrade. This problem is more severe. So in spite of this malformation, is still very difficult problem. So malformation it can be kept under control by maintaining. क्या कर सकते हैं आप? You can orchard you can keep clean with pest as well as disease free, as well as you can take disease free planting material, that is grafts or whatever planting material you are using for in the orchard. So regularly you can inspect your orchard, that is tree health you can test. Regularly removing all malformation parts, that is floral parts, vegetative parts, spraying of some insecticides after the pruning. Then next problem is spongy tissue. Spongy tissue, it is a very severe problem for a very world famous variety, that is Alphonso, and most of the other varieties. Okay, local land races, popular varieties in different states, those are suffering with this melody. तो spongy tissue में क्या होता है? एक halo or sponge like structures are developing inside this pulp of the fruit, and fruits are becoming unuseful for consumption. So fruit आपको बाहर से अच्छा दिख जाएगा, पर आप जब fruit काट लेते हो तो आपको sponge like या कुछ हेलो पॉकेट्स आपको नजर आएंगे, वो खाने में यूज आप नहीं कर सकते, उसका क्वालिटी खराब हो जाता है. तो fruits appear normal extremely but contains yellowish sour spongy like tissues inside. It is because of high temperature, convective heat and exposure to the sunlight. These are three reasons. One, very high temperature above 40 degrees centigrade, convective heat, so reflection of heat towards the fruit, exposing the fruits after this harvest of fruits, you can expose to high temperature. That's also reason. So remedy lies like this sod culture you can use. That is growing up some grasses. It will manage your temperature up to some extent. Giving proper mulching to the each single individual tree in the orchard. So harvesting fruits at 3/4 maturity. You need not to keep for 90%, 95%. Since it is climatic fruit, okay, you go for harvesting 75% or 80% maturity, okay. So that is correct stage of harvesting, okay. So Chima and Dhani, ये दो साइंटिस्ट थे, इन्होंने टिश्यू ये स्पॉन्जी का पहले उनको ऑब्जर्व किया. So major hydrants in Alphonso growers. So because of three reasons, up to the high temperature, excessive heat, post-harvest exposure of fruits to the sunlight. So high light intensity radiating from ground, heating the fruit. So ये reason है, वही reason है. Imbalance content of ये भी हो सकता है दूसरा. Since it is very complex reason है. तो तीन तो ये major हुए. बाद में क्या है? Imbalance proportion of calcium, potassium as well as boron. And then इसमें क्या होता है? Non-edible, sour, yellowish, sponge-like patch start developing air pockets inside the pulp or mesocarp. Whole fleshy portion becomes too soft and becoming bacterial rot. So a pulp patch failed to ripen. That patch it cannot ripe. Affected fruits with very low TSS, sugar, and calcium. High susceptible varieties like Alphonso, Swarnarika, and Bombay Green. So Pyri, Neelam, and Dasari are comparatively very free from this problem. Okay, so you can go for cultivation of this variety also. So management, in management it will come. So management you can harvest with 3/4 maturities or 75% maturity. Post harvest exposure to the low temperature in between 10 to 15 degrees centigrade or 10 to 18 hours. Post harvest dipping with calcium chloride 1 to 2%. Sod culture, that is growing different type of grasses instead of keeping your interspaces open in between two mango trees. So you can use some mulching like black polythene mulches or resistant variety like Ratna, Arka, Punit. So these are some hybrids they have given, and Ratna also they have. So you can go for these varieties. So next physiological disorder is black tip. So this is also a very important physiological disorder in which what is happening is causing distal end of the fruit, it will become very black hard. डिस्टल एंड मतलब थोड़ा टिप की वजह से थोड़ा ब्लैक हार्ड या ब्लैक पोर्शन उसको क्रिएट हो जाता है. So it is because of some polluted atmosphere like some smoke or some carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, acetylene, and this type of some gases like brisk cleans are there inside nearby your orchard. It will create this problem. So spraying of borax 0.6% from the fruit set at 10 to 15 days interval, it will control. So this problem also very severe in North India as compared to South India, because brisk cleans are more in North India. So prevalent problem in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal. So orchards located near the vicinity of brisk cleans are very susceptible to this disorder. So damaging the growing tip with because of this type of gases like SO2, carbon dioxide, and methylene. Okay. So depending on this wind, less infection is observing in north-south direction as compared to east and west direction. So Dashari, it is very highly susceptible variety, and Lucknow Sapeda, it is least susceptible. So you can go for here also least susceptible variety. So etiolation of or darkening of this distal end of the fruit, leaving the mesocarp. Okay. So ये mesocarp मतलब बाहर ज्यादा दिखता है ऐसे, कभी तो एक्सेस स्टेज में mesocarp तक भी पहुंच सकता है. So seed unaffected, followed by appearance of grayish spots. So turn brown in color and colorless, okay, or tasteless. So the entire fruit tips become brown in color. So high stomatal density as well as high catalase peroxidase activities. यहाँ पे क्रिएट हो जाता है। ब्रिस्क क्लीन, सो यहाँ पे मैनेजमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं? ब्रिस्क क्लीन एटलीस्ट 1.6 किलोमीटर इन ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट from your mango orchard, and 0.8 kilometer in north to south direction. This is because of some wind velocity. So wind velocity is more in this north south direction during this mango flowering. So they have given this, so you can maintain this proper distance, and you can, so your that smoke it will not harm your crop as well as flowering. So chimney of this brisk clean, it should go very somewhat, it should be at high height. Okay, so 15 to 18 meter long chimney you can maintain for your brisk clean. So at the time of especially flowering, and spray with 1% of borax, 10 gram of per liter, thrice, first before flowering, second during flowering, and third at the time of fruit set. So spraying with caustic soda 0.8%, washing soda 0.5% at P stage, followed by 2 more sprays at 15 days interval. Next problem है उसको बोलेंगे हम lip scorch. Lip scorch, it is typical symptom of this potassium deficiency. High chloride. This is because of high chloride concentration, especially in saline as well as waterlogged conditions or soils. So you can use using this potassium sulfate instead of muriate of potash. So आप fertilizer देते हैं तो आप muriate of potash use कीजिए MOP instead of potassium sulfate. तो सल्फेट की वजह से ये थोड़ा ये हो सकता है, प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, एक्सेस क्वांटिटी हो गया तो. So 4 to 5 foliar application of potassium sulfate on newly emerged flushes at fortnightly interval. ये मैनेजमेंट हो गया. Avoid irrigation with water having high chloride content. Then next problem is internal fruit necrosis. So characterized by appearance of dark green color in lower half of the fruit, followed by क्या होता है, browning of the seed and mesocarp. It ultimately it will turn brown black necrotic lesion. At advanced stages, complete lower half of the fruit become necrotic. So turns. Hello. Turns. So result into longitudinal lacking of fruit. Necrotic portion is developing inside seed. It is mainly due to boron deficiency also. Then management. So soil or foliar application of boron, borax 500 gram per tree at the time of October in fertilization. The foliar application of 1% borax at fruit set P stage. 2 more sprays can be given at 10 to 15 days interval. The next one is clustering or jumka. So clustering of fruits, small, so development of small fruitlets instead of particular number of fruits and with proper size. So clustering of fruit without growth at the tip of the, so many they are coming in cluster with small fruits. You will observe at the tip of panicle. So this because of adverse weather. Adverse weather, low temperature during this February and March, most of the fruit drop will have shriveled and absorbed, evaporate. Development.
Sir, it is so much for today.
Yeah, it is 5 minutes, so it is going to finish.
10 minutes is remaining now, so
okay. After that, you need not to join. This is today is finished. Okay, I am not.
Sir.
Okay, this is last some 5-6 slide only remaining.
yes sir, no problem.
Development of fruit in clusters at the tip of the panicle. So fruits are developing at tip of the panicle in clusters. So fruits do not grow beyond pea or marble size. so drop down after 1 month of this fruit set. So mainly due to this lack of pollination or fertilization. इसका reason क्या है? Absence of sufficient number of pollinators at the time of pollination procedure. Then discriminate spray of pesticide during flowering. Okay, application of some synthetic pyrethroids. ये synthetic pyrethroid group है जिसका मतलब जो कि रिकमेंडेड नहीं है मैंगो के इसमें, तो उसका भी यूज मत करो. मोनोकल्चर, एक ही क्रॉप को लगाना है, मतलब एक ही टाइप का वैरायटी लगाना है. 2 या 3 4 टाइप की वैरायटी है तो अच्छा रहता है. सो बैड वेदर ड्यूरिंग फ्लावरिंग, इसका मैनेजमेंट कैसे करेंगे? सो स्प्रेइंग ऑफ पेस्टिसाइड ड्यूरिंग दिस फ्लावरिंग should be avoided. Avoid the monoculture by planting at least 5 to 6% of other varieties. Okay, so anytime that is good for your proper pollination process there also. Okay, so because mango में कभी भी cross pollinated fruits are very good in accumulation of their nutrient food reservoirs, and those are very physiologically they are strong, which fruits are developed or fruit set, that is because of cross pollination. So cross pollination को हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा अदर टाइप के वैरायटी डेवलप कर सकते. मतलब क्या है, वेरिएशन ज्यादा चाहिए आपको. तो आप मैंगो में इसमें अल्फांसो में क्या रिकमेंड किया है? अल्फांसो में एक तो रत्ना रिकमेंड किया है, केशर रिकमेंड किया है, दशहरी रिकमेंड किया है, नीलम रिकमेंड किया है. तो ये 4-5 वैरायटी, जैसे कि हर एक वैरायटी के लिए हम पॉलिनेटर्स रिकमेंड करते हैं. तो अल्फांसो के लिए 5 या 6 वैरायटी पॉलिनेटर्स रिकमेंड किए, तो दूसरा आप वैरायटी लगा ले. मतलब वो भी रेशो है 1 pollinator for each 10 plants. In your orchard, suppose 90 Alphonso are there, then 10 plants you go for some other variety. Yeah, either you can select for Pyri, Kesar, or Dashari, or Neelam. Okay, so that will solve your problem. So introduction of beehives in the orchard during this flowering. So beehives भी आपको मदद करेगा.
Sir, your voice is not clear. Hello? Hello?
His mic is off.
At center of this pulp, which increase the fruit maturity. Fruit maturity ज़्यादा हो गया तो आपको ऐसा substance नजर आएगा. So higher moisture content and activities of hydrolyzing enzyme in affected fruit compared to seeds from healthy fruits. So management क्या है इसका? Dolomite आप use कर सकते हैं, lime 8 tons per hectare per year. And then soft nose एक है. Soft nose क्या है? It is also physiological disorder caused by calcium deficiency, causing breakdown of flesh towards the apex of fruit before ripening. So उसका soft nose हो जाता है. So 5 minutes. Okay. So depending on the variety. So this is last point, that is harvest. So hereafter, depending on the variety, location, as well as production, mango, it can be best varieties are there. So many 80 to 120 days are required for to get the physiological maturity. So it is also climatic fruit, you know. So you cannot keep up to 90% or 95%. It will spoil your fruit. Because of it is ethylene production is more, so rate of respiration is also more for this climatic fruit. So you can harvest at 75% mature, so that you can keep for some 5 or 6 days or some average 10 days in your storage or transportation, whatever. Yeah, so fully developed chicks with outgrowth, shoulders, as well as formation of depression at the stalk. So जो फ्रूट स्टॉक रहता है थोड़ा सा डिप्रेशन क्रिएट हो जाता है और उसका शोल्डर थोड़ा बल्ज हो जाता है. So change in skin color, that is dark green to light green होता है, बाद में golden yellow भी हो जाता है. तो ये राइपनिंग के टाइम पे विजिबिलिटी ऑफ लेंटिसिल्स, सो लेंटिसिल्स तो थोड़ा स्पॉट नजर आता है, उसमें कोई रिस्पिरेशन के लिए होते हैं, प्रॉपर रिस्पिरेशन के लिए मैंगो के सरफेस पे. सो स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज मोर देन 1. So it is in normal water, if you keep the fruit means it will go at bottom. So change in flesh color from yellowish white to light yellow. Then other character like development of sugar, acids, some starch contents. So यहाँ पे मैंगो हार्वेस्टर भी डेवलप किया है. तो एक तो CISH लखनऊ ने मैंगो हार्वेस्टर डेवलप किया है, दूसरा डॉक्टर BSK के दापोली में, वहाँ भी मैंगो हार्वेस्टर डेवलप, उसको नूतन मैंगो हार्वेस्टर बोलते हैं. तो इसका भी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाता है. तो इसका जो इसको नेट होता है, फिश वायर वाला नेट होता है, और इसमें थोड़ा एंगल रहता है जिसमें आप फ्रूट स्टॉक आ जाता है, उसको ब्रेक होता है और वो नेट में गिर जाता है, कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो इसका यील्ड आपको इतना मिल जाता है 400 to 600 fruits per year, 10-year-old mango tree, 8 to 10 tons per hectare for regular varieties. So hybrids can give 15 to 25 tons per hectare. So for today this much is enough. Okay, so this about today class. Okay, some post harvest parameters, some 15-20 minutes I can take in some other class. No? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so whatever recordings, it's okay. Yeah, thank you for attending class today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
In next class. Okay.